Hello, Drive Radio fans. Richard Rush here today with my dad, John Rush, behind the camera. And this is going to be a review of the 2016 Chrysler 200. This is the limited trim package. For those of you that are familiar with the Chrysler 200, you'll know that there's several different options and several different trim levels for this year and for this model. This was completely redesigned in 2015, so Chrysler really hasn't done a whole lot into 2016. It was a major model change. We started at the front of the car, number one, normally because we start at the front of the car. Number two, we absolutely love the front end of this car. We think it looks fantastic. And with that, we're just going to jump right into the review. We think it may not have some of the other features of the competitors in this current market or this current class of car, but in our opinion, it's one of the better looking cars in this segment. It's absolutely fantastic. Some different things that they've done for this year. What's new for 2016? As I mentioned before, not a whole lot. They've added some firmer front seats for you, and they've also given you a new 90th anniversary package. That's an option available, and also with the Limited, which is what we're driving, and I apologize I didn't mention that earlier. For the Limited, you actually get a rear view camera, which we'll show you when we get to the driving portion of this. There's a V6 or a 4-cylinder option underneath the hood. That V6, which is what's currently underneath the hood right now, we've been able to average about 24-25 miles per gallon, which is a few ticks above what you're supposed to average, which is right between 19 for city and 32 for highway. This does have an optional all-wheel drive option, and I know I just said option twice. You can get all-wheel drive on this car if you so choose. I'm going to slide around here real quick. You can get all-wheel drive on it if you so desire, which really is a great, nice feature, especially for this segment. This is the front-wheel drive model, and I will tell you it has plenty of get up and go, which again we'll show you in the driving portion of this review. Honestly, we enjoyed driving this car. It was smooth, it was quiet, we enjoyed getting around. Again, for this segment, it's honestly a great value, which brings me to the price point. As this car sits right here, this 200 Limited edition for 2016, as it starts out, is $24,490. That's with no options, nothing on there. Base price of $24,490. This car has about $5,000 worth of options, which is a bigger Uconnect screen, some different convenience packages on it. It tops out at $29,715 for this model right here, which really under $30,000 for a car that's going to get you to point A, point B, run for quite a long time. Absolutely fantastic. So with that being said, let's actually hop in, take a quick drive. We'll come back, get you a better view of the interior, the trunk space, and then we'll wrap up with our opinion of the 2016 Chrysler 200. All right, fans, we're going to take a quick drive. Want to walk you real quick through the kind of the front apportionments of the 2016 Chrysler 200. The nice optional 8.4-inch Uconnect screen, we'll talk about that a little bit later. Gives you some great controls. I'm not going to show you too much. If you want to learn more about this, head to our other reviews. We really go into in-depth a little bit more. Very easy to use and very easy to operate with this vehicle. Absolutely fantastic in our opinion. Dual climate control, electronic parking brake, the ability to volume and tune knobs. All of that right here front and center. So with that, we're going to show you the reverse camera. You can actually see it does have the dynamic grid lines, which we like to call it, which is really, really fantastic. Nice long grid lines to show you where you are in terms of proportion to the curb. Really is absolutely fantastic in terms of using, and if you use this a lot when parking, along with your side mirrors there. We're going to put it into drive and take a quick drive here. Very smooth and very quiet for this class. Is it the most quiet? Is it the most smooth? Probably not, but you know what? Again, a car for under $30,000, it really, really is a great value. And honestly, we enjoy driving this on the highway. And whereas other cars nowadays, you're going to find hit or miss, especially at highway speeds, interior noise and that road noise. You don't really get a lot of it with this car. Chrysler's done a great job at deadening the noise and the sound coming up from the bottom, which really is a nice feature. Overall, in terms of power and speed, again, with this V6, puts out 295 horsepower, which is a lot. You can light up the tires, even in this front-wheel drive model, from a dead stop if you want to. And that's on, again, full asphalt, concrete, whatever it is. You get out into traffic and you put this baby pedal to the metal, and it'll get up and going with you. We haven't had a chance to be in the 4-cylinder, so can't really comment too much on that, but I do know, again, what you're going to sacrifice in performance there, you're going to make up for in fuel economy. I mentioned earlier, but we have been able to average about 24, 25 miles per gallon with this. It's rated for an average of 23 miles per gallon. Another thing I will mention, this does have a nice sport mode in it. It does have some cool paddle shifters, so if you want to feel a little bit more aggressive, you can. One last thing I will note, if you do want to take this car off-road or maybe a little bit sportier of a location, getting the 200S, you have the ability of doing that. And so the S is another trim package that's available, just makes things a little bit more sportier to drive, that if you want to, again, have a little bit more of an aggressive driving experience, that's an option for you. So with that, let's head back. We'll go through the trunk and we'll go through the interior and we'll give you our opinion of the Chrysler 200, 2016 Chrysler 200 Limited. All right, fans, we're back from the driving portion. As we always say, please get out, drive these cars yourself. There's only so much that we can show you during our short time with you, so we encourage you to actually experience the car yourself. So here we are on the trunk portion, the back portion. You can either open it up from underneath the hood, or from underneath the trunk, I should say, or a key fob. It's just a double tap here. Not a fully automatic trunk, as you can see, but enough to where if you got groceries or whatever else, you could use one arm to lift it up and it would be very easy to do. We do have a nice snow brush in there. It is snow time here in Colorado, winter. Very nice 16 cubic feet of cargo room here in the trunk area, which really is very high for this segment. You do have some storage underneath here, but this is going to be mainly limited for the spare tire, but you could put some other safety medical kits right around the side if you chose to do so. It does have a 60/40 rear seat. There's also, and I think that you saw that kind of in the opening, a hatch in the middle to where you can actually plop that down and put longer things such as skis, snowboards through the middle and still get 4 full-size passengers in this vehicle, which is really, honestly, a very, very nice feature. One thing I will point out real quick, notice no plastic coverings or anything to cover up the metal bracing right here. Not a big thing, just something to be wary of. Again, a car under 30,000, you're most likely not going to get that as a feature. It does have the rear view camera, which I mentioned in the opening. But let's hop around here to the back seat. This seat, real quick, the driver's seat is fit for both, honestly, my dad and myself, which we're about 5'9", 5'10". So I'm going to kind of slide in. We're trying to give you a view of what the back seat looks like. So I'm going to slide in real quick. And so you can see, again, I'm 5'9", 5'10". I don't have overly long legs, but I've still got again, healthy 2, maybe 3 inches of legroom right here in the back, which is a nice feature. Not quite as much legroom as you're going to find in other cars in this segment, but enough to where you could be comfortable. Some nice apportionments on the door. Again, some nice soft touch material here, cloth right along here. Again, some nice plastic finishings up top. Really nice powered windows. You do have some storage for a water bottle and some other features right there. You do have 2 vents back here, which is really, again, a nice feature. So you have the ability of not controlling your own climate, but at least having some sort of an airflow back here. It doesn't get hot, muggy, and sticky. Overall, really fantastic. One thing I will note, and you can see I'm kind of having to lean forward, this does have a swooping head or a swooping line in the car, which causes, if you're taller, and we actually had about a 6'3", 6'4" individual riding with us earlier, and he noticed that you're probably not going to get a full 6-foot tall person back here just because of the not quite as much headroom as you would maybe find in some other competitors. Is that a deal breaker? Probably not. It's just going to be something you're going to have to be wary of. And also, there is no sunroof in here. So something else, you do get a little bit more headroom without having to accommodate for that sunroof. So we hop out here. The ability to do so very easily. Nice big opening. Easy to do there. With that being said, let's hop around to the other side and we'll show you the front. All right, fans, we're here for the front seat portion. Just kind of want to give you a little bit of a quick walkthrough. Nice cloth seats, which is what you're going to find, again, on the limited version of the 200. Not leather. You're going to have to go to the higher trim levels for that. Nice apportionments, again, on the door there. It's cloth, soft touch materials. Really some nice features, again, for a car underneath $30,000. This is a plastic material, the plastic rubberized material carries through all the way through the dash. This is the optional 8.4-inch display, which we showed you during the driving portion. I would really recommend this car does come standard with the 5-inch display, so I would highly recommend that. Very easy to use controls, and on some other Chrysler and Fiat models, and Fiat Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, the controls are up here, a little bit hard to use. One thing I will say, these are angled enough back to you that it makes using really, really easy. You have your tune knob right here, volume here, dual climate control. You do have heated seats in here. Really is some fantastic features and just really easy to use. I barely have to move my hand over here to operate it, which is really, really nice. For those of you that are familiar with the 200 and 300s and even Chrysler's new model in Ram, you'll notice that again, the turn dial gear selector is right here. Some nice features on the dash. We wish you could show you a little bit more. It's harder to do so. There is a very nice storage capabilities right down in here. And something it's hard to see, but you can actually see this is the Detroit skyline right here, which is a very nice subtle feature in my opinion that they've added. One other thing in terms of storage, pull this back right here. You do have 2 cup holders along with a spot for a phone. Pull this back, and it actually goes all the way back to where you could put a phone, probably not a purse, maybe a small clutch, something back in there that you can run. You have power, and really what it's designed to do is to put an item down over here in the storage, run the power. There's actually a hole that goes through here, run that back into here, so you can store some such down there. Really some nice features. So with that, let's hop out and I'll give you our opinion of the 2016 Chrysler 200. All right, fans, here's our opinion of the 2016 Chrysler 200. This is the limited trim level. What do we love about this car? Love the price point, under $30,000 for this car. We absolutely love the looks in the front end of this vehicle. It's fantastic. I love the floating Chrysler wings right here. It gives it a really nice appearance. Just like this nice sleek look that Chrysler has given this car in the sedan. Absolutely fantastic. It does have a good amount of quietness on the inside, does ride relatively comfortable, and we also do, especially here in Colorado, we love the V6 option with the all-wheel drive. And as far as the cons go, what did we not like about this car? Well, if you're over 6 foot, you're going to have a hard time getting in and out of this vehicle, whether it be front seat or back seat. Now, that's going to depend upon if you have long legs, short legs, whatever it is. But if you get much above 6 feet, you're going to be very hard pressed in terms of roofline height in order to get in and out of this car with ease. Something to be noticeable of. We didn't have a huge issue. We're all under 6 feet. That's not a huge main issue for us. Also, rear leg room. You're going to be able to find more rear leg room in some of the competitors. Is that going to push you over the edge of this car? You're going to have to be the judge of that. But overall, really did enjoy this car, Chrysler. We think you did a fantastic job. We loved the redesign last year. Not much changes for 2016, but you don't need to really change what's really been a great seller for them. So if you want to learn more about this vehicle, head to Chrysler's website and also head to your local Chrysler dealer and tell them that John and Richard Rush from Drive Radio sent you.